when I thought of it. Because I was in the kitchen making. I'm in the kitchen making. I'm making dog food for these damn dogs. I cook a piece of pork. I chop it up in little squares. I boil the meat, bring it to a real boil, really hot. I don't know why I like to cook like that. I go from the highest to the lowest, always.
To the lowest, right?
Yeah, it's like I try to get everything really, really hot before I put the meat in there. Then I drop the meat in there in the water with the meat, bring it to a big ass boil. Then I lower it, let it sit for like an hour, 35 minutes, something like that. That meat gets tender. Then I don't drain the water. I put the rice in there. Boom.
Right, right.
With the same juices.
Man, they must be happy. Boy.
This is how these motherfuckers been eating now for years. With fucking like you could go in their food and eat with them.
Right, right.
You might want to put a little bit of salt and pepper in yours because the dogs don't get no seasoning.
Right.
And then a little bit of vegetables, corn, peas, string beans in it. They get a whole fucking meal like a person, like a fucking human being. Like you cooking.
That is so great.
And this is how she's been doing now for a good 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's great.
If it's chicken or if it's pork or if it's beef or whatever the hell it may be, that's how you do it. Then you bring that bitch down to a number 2 and cover it up and don't fuck with it again.
And that's it. And it's all done.
Yeah, and then they get to eat out of that with two cups of rice, the meat and the vegetables. That will last them for morning, evening, and night. It makes
wow. You guys got that every day?
Yeah, every day.
Wow.
Remember,
that's a lot of work, man.
That will be a whole. Remember, for your dog, you have one. So that what I just not gave, you could feed him for at least 4 or 5 days. He's one dog. We got six of them here. So if you make 7 days of food, that's a 1 day thing here. Yeah, it's 6 dogs.
So what did the cats eat?
Some of the chicken or some of the meat, you pull it aside, shred it all up as much as you can, really tender. Like the cat food is usually tender. The cat food don't have chunks. If you ever look at the cat food, there's no chunks in there. Cats don't like to. The cats don't have the mouth. Yeah, they don't have the mouth for it. Yeah, cat food and dog food. Cat food is usually like a soup. Most of the cat foods.
Right. Right.
It's all little bitty pieces.
Oh man!
So before you put the rice,
I knocked out early yesterday.
Man, we got your fucking hurricane coming to us, dude. Idalo or some shit is.
Is it there yet, or it's approaching?
This shit's coming tomorrow.
Oh no! That never even passed us. It has nothing to do with us at all.
Yeah, that's another one. It starts with an I.
Right toward the Mexico way, I think.
This is something from South America, but it's coming all the way up by Florida that is gonna hit. We're gonna catch some of it here too.
Wow.
And then she comes yesterday, telling me that the lady.
I think it's coming up through like the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, it's cutting right in there. Not by the Jacksonville side, by the Tallahassee side, and it cuts up, so it's catching North Carolina, South Carolina, the south of Georgia, the top of Florida. It got all that. Then it's going.
Wow.
And Miami, I'm looking at down like, look at that shit. Miami again didn't get touched. It just don't get touched no more. Miami don't get touched.
That is so crazy. You would think that they'd be the first one to get hit.
So she sits down and talking with this lady that she's working with, and the lady happens to tell her, yeah, 4 years ago it snowed here. 6 inches of snow.
Whoa, 6 inches.
6 fucking inches. I'm like calculating how deep is that? Like, what up? What? I need boots.
Yeah, like breaking out the ruler. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah, you need like boots to come up to your shin and shit to go outside. Cause, oh boy, I don't know what I got myself into.
Oh boy.
She talking about in 2 days.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that's a pretty rare thing that happens. So hopefully that won't happen this year.
Rare is that it don't happen. That's rare.
Well, no, No, rare is that it happens every once in a while.
No. That's a common. That's word is common. That's common. Rare is like it happened in 1820 and we're in 2020. That's rare. Yeah, 4 years ago is common. That's like it happens very often. Yeah. You talking about rare. Rare is 1920, that shit snowed. And okay, that's not gonna happen again for another 1,000 years. And you're cool. It's rare. Don't confuse me with the fucking English. I'm talking about rare is 4 years ago. No, that's not rare. That's pretty fucking sudden. That's like yesterday.
But you don't know when it's gonna happen again. So that could be rare.
Well, I could put that math into play in 4 years. So it was 4 years ago. We're really close to that shit again. That doesn't sound like rare to me. You got to bring up the 18s or the 19,000s, and then okay, that's rare. Okay, that's not gonna happen again. You made rare sound like it's common, bro. Rare is not common. Rare is okay. A UFO came here 100 years ago, 4 years ago. You think a UFO is gonna come back again next month? Yes, it might come back next month. That's how you sound like you're talking about. No. Yeah, you can count this shit on one hand. You can count on one hand. That's not rare. It's just not rare.
Well, listen, you got a few months to prepare, so it's time to go out and buy some boots.
Yeah.
Buy a coat, and you'll be in good shape.
I would prefer to save that gas money and just get in the car and go past that motherfucking jet stream. And you know what? A jet stream, my wife went from the red to the blue and go down in the red area and chill out there till it's done, bro. And the shit is that you can't even drive down because the hurricane is passing through Florida.
Right.
So you can't even drive down. And she has a plan on going down on Thursday. That's the day after the hurricane. Like, you might want to think that over.
Right.
You can't take off the day after the hurricane because you don't know what's going on in all them little cities and neighborhoods and the roads.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
all kinds of down trees and lines and all kinds.
You don't know. You have no clue. And then like the system,
flooding.
Like you won't even know if you go right after, like the day after hurricane pass, you're trying to travel. You don't think there's a road that's gonna be blocked somewhere down that whole line, 600 miles?
So basically, she's gonna go back and forth every week.
I don't know what.
Like that's the plan.
This is what she planned. This is not something that she planned yesterday or the day before. This is something she planned before she took off.
Right.
She was like, I can go back and forth. I can do it. And I'm like, I was all the whole time. You know, that's a lot. Yeah. Not only on you now. Now, this is what I keep trying to tell her. You got to quit thinking of you. It's the fucking car, you son of a bitch. The car is going back and forth all these times. You can't be doing that. That's not what the car is made for. Not to be driving whole days at the maximum speed. You know, and
weekly.
Yeah, like when you get the car in that situation, you got it on the last gear and it's steady going. That's not what a car is made for. A car is it's a temporary thing. You use it to get to A and B.
Every once in a while, you might take a little road trip. It's not all the time.
Well, if you think about, like the way you said, rare, that's not rare. She's going on a common basis right now. Yeah,
definitely not rare. Not every week is not rare.
Not every week is not rare. And you're subject to all kind of shit on the way down. And when it rains, it's usually 2 days later when the rain comes off the mountains into the rivers, down the streams, and fucks everything up. It don't happen that same day.
Right away.
So I leave her alone. I cannot speak to this woman. Every time I get in there, she calls it, I guess you can say, rare negativity.
Real negativity?
Yeah, because every time she comes up with her plans.
You're not being supportive?
Yeah, that kind of shit. I'm jinxing her. I'm putting bad stuff in her way. No, bitch, I'm trying to open your mind. She going down with the old lady too?
You putting the juju on me. Oh, why? Oh, because she has an appointment?
This is the thing. The lady ran out of drugs.
Okay.
It was so funny. We were all in the living room and I turned on the movie Painkiller. She woke up. She was
Wow.
awake. She was into the movie and watching how it is. So yesterday she come, I don't want to put all this on you. Is there anything I can do? I said, yeah, motherfucker, you could probably not use no more drugs.
Right.
You know the drug addict. I'm sorry, I don't want to impose on you. I don't want to carry out.
It's
Well
like, okay, so
then,
don't.
so what can I do? How can I
Then
make it?
don't.
How can I make it easier? Well, quit using the fucking drugs. We won't have to go.
Right?
It's all in your brain.
There you go. You just made my life a whole lot easier.
It's all in the brain. Hey, yeah, one video you sent me was pretty cool. How they put all the white actors as black actors. They look just the same.
They did.
It's
And
not.
like it looked like realistic. Like yeah, that actually looked like a black guy. Okay.
They just colored him black.
Funny, Leonardo DiCaprio looked like he looked like what's his name? Cuba Gooding Jr. when he was young.
They look like.
I'm like, that's funny.
It's just they didn't change no features, no eyes, no mouth, no. They just colored it. Just colored
Yo,
it.
Tom Cruise looked really legit. I was like, wow. Oh, and Brad Pitt looked awesome. Like, dude, I think you should change.
We are all the same, you know that. When you look at that shit like that, you can
Of
see.
course. Right. That's how you see, like, wow, you're not as different as you think you are.
No, we are all like.
Speaking to white people, I'm saying, like, they think they're so different, you know, and we're so different. No, you're not. It doesn't take much.
No, the only thing that changed was the color, dude, and a little bit of the hair here and there.
Shit, man. Even if you took a white person and just gave them dark hair,
it fucks
brown,
with them. Yeah, that does too.
contact lenses, and a little bit of a tan, boom, you a different person.
I used to tell that. I tell that to strippers all the time. If you don't want nobody to recognize you, why won't you put on a wig? When a woman puts a fucking wig, she becomes another person. Yeah, like if you go right now and put your
color
shit to
contacts, a wig.
you put your shit to red, you are a different Michelle. You look like a totally different Michelle. Then you put it black and you're like, oh, what the fuck? Wow, what did you do? Oh, you changed your hair. It's noticeable. So all these white people think they're so different, and they're not much of a difference.
And they're not. No, you gotta just do it, just a little tweak here and there, and boom, you're a whole other race.
That was funny. It was funny to look at him like that. That was
they saw the one with the robber. That shit was funny. Like he actually felt bad. He was like, he just left you like that, girl.
I would have done some shit like that. Yeah, that was some cool shit.
That's why I thought it was funny.
That was
I know
cool.
you would. That's why I thought it was funny.
That's like this motherfucker done ran off and left his wife.
I can see giving her advice and everything. Like, you know, you need to.
It looked like they was telling the two dudes told her something. They kept pointing at her. I'm like, this motherfucker. You need to come with me, bro. You need to leave him alone. Like, imagine that motherfuckers end up with a girlfriend from a robbery. You end up with a fucking whole wife. Cause
like, how did you guys meet? Well, he robbed me. Well, kinda. He gave me my shit back, and I fell in love with him.
And my husband ran away, so he kind of filled in the spot, dude.
Yeah, right? Oh man, that shit was funny.
That'll be a hell of a story. I met him. He was on a motorcycle. He came, he robbed me. My boyfriend ran away. He gave me my shit back. We became good buddies. Okay then.
Yeah, it was like at that moment I knew he was the one.
Well, you know he ain't gonna rob you again, because if he's coming in the most desperate moment and he gives you your shit back, he ain't never robbing you ever again.
Right.
That is not what's gonna happen. No. That's regret. That's 100% total regret right there.
His friends will see you coming, he'll be like, nah, don't mess with her, not her, leave her alone.
The kingdom of God opened up for them two motherfuckers on the motorcycle in that moment. As the gates are open, come on in, bitches. You're a good people. I can't send you to the devil.
Come on. You're not bad. Come on.
That's
you got good in you.
Yeah, that's like a good robber. Like, that motherfucker got a lot of good in him. Like,
yeah.
He pitifully just give her back her purse. Like, here, I'm sorry.
Here, it's okay. Forget it, okay?
We didn't mean to do this. It's the wrong. You was
just
the wrong
leave that motherfucker. He's an asshole. That guy's an asshole, girl.
A real dick. That's
leave him alone.
That's a man for you, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's why most of these bitches end up with anyway. Yeah, a motherfucker who runs. And they do that a lot. I've seen the ones where they put the fake alligator in the water and see what the husband is gonna do. Yeah.
He like throws her in the water, like, leave me alone.
That fucker saving his own life.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's saving your own life, but you don't care about nobody. And that's,
Wow.
I don't think that's acceptable in heaven, buddy.
You getting rejected.
Yeah, you're not.
Eject button.
Yeah, he's not no good. That's a sorry motherfucker. You know he ain't dying for you, never.
No,
No.
of course not.
It's when it comes to that choice.
That happened to me, and that happened to me in high school. I was dating a guy in high school on the train, and we got mugged on the train, and
Really?
he didn't do a dang thing. Not a thing. Not a thing.
Oh,
In fact, he was wearing my jewelry and gave it up, motherfucker.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
I've been robbed, bro. I've been robbed at gunpoint. And I put up a fuss.
Yeah, this wasn't even gunpoint.
No, this motherfucker put the gun on
Wow.
my thigh. And I started speaking to him in Jamaican because he was a Jamaican. And I'm like, the man, you ain't know what you're doing. You can't be doing this fuck. You don't know who you robbing. He leave me with everything. He took my keys.